Springs, Colorado, home to the Colorado State Rams, settled at just over 5,000 feet, and we have a game that will live up to the altitude. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport, a rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. As we see a squad from the Big 12, the Colorado Buffaloes, taking on a team from the Mountain West, the Colorado State Rams. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Buffaloes will kick it away to start us off. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. A first down for the offense. Trying to move them on the counter. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. They thought maybe they could get the defense flowing the wrong way on the counter, but they were not fooled.
Get them flowing one way and then maybe hit that outside on the other side, right? But they didn't even let it get outside. They kept it right in the middle of the field, did a great job seeing it, going and getting it, being aggressive. You got to find a different way maybe to attack these guys, to use their speed against them.
He is lucky to get that one back, and the last thing you want is to turn it over on your opening drive.
Great coverage, great break on the ball, had a chance to really make a big play and maybe even take that thing back to the house. But you got to secure the catch. We like to hit people more than we like to catch balls.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Trying to get to him. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass, locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, pass incomplete.
The Rams will send out the punt unit. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. First down here for the offense. Little touch pass to the receiver. Just ran him over.
Man, the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, they've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
The Buffaloes racing to the line in the hurry-up. Off the play fake. Throws for the tight end. A strike downfield. Chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23. Sometimes your tight end's a safety valve, and sometimes he's your go-to receiver.
And the offense knew right away it was the primary target. It was where he was going with the football, because you know you get a little bit of suck up from those linebackers with the play action, and you feed the big fella.
Dropping back, it's Sanders. Gets it out quickly. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. Quarterback took his steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
And the Buffaloes will snap it on 1st and 10. Give to the running back. Give him about a yard on the play. It's down at the 10. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
He caught it. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
I mean, good news here, they get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the first down. The target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the first down marker is, make sure he gets the right depth on his route. Now, all of a sudden, head coach has a big decision to make.
And the try is no good. After the miss, no change in the score.
Well, that's one the kicker would like to have back. That's a kick he should be making in his sleep.
Guys, we'll have another peek at this Rams offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
And the Rams are in the hurry-up. He'll pull it on the read. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
They're trying to go option, and they're trying to put that defensive end in a bind, but he's just way too athletic, and he guessed right. The quarterback was keeping the ball. He knew it and was able to make the tackle in the backfield.
Lining up to convert 3rd down. On the move, it's Fowler Nicolosi. And it's incomplete on 3rd down. The Rams will line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Makes a move. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Right back to the well. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. We had a barn burner the last time these two teams played, and no reason to expect anything else between these two bitter rivals.
Attention to detail, and I think the sense of urgency, David, in a game like this just goes way up.
And I think managing the emotions in these type of games, you know last year was a classic. Now you're trying to form this year's identity of this team and go out and get a win in a big-time rivalry game.
Connection to the right. They just gashed the defense on that one, and they've got it down to the 23.
And a really good job by the quarterback being very decisive. He saw his matchup, he went for it, he attacked it, got the positive gain. I would say he's going to find that guy a few more times today.
And the Buffaloes getting set on 1st and 10. The give to the back. There to stop him after a pickup of 1 to the 22.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
Trying play action. Fires to the wideout. Got it! They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. Throwing the comeback looks like such a simple throw, but the timing is so important.
And as a quarterback, man, this is all about trusting your guy. You know exactly where he's going to sit it down. You anticipate it. You throw it. You know he's going to come back and make that play for you.
Turning to the running game on 1st and goal. And he's going to take it to the house. Touchdown, Buffaloes! And it feels good to land that first big punch against a rival, doesn't it?
No doubt. In a game like this, too, you just want to be executing it at a high level early. So, David, that's got to feel great getting on the board first.
And settles everyone down. All the nerves, all the emotion of this rivalry game. Now everybody can kind of settle in because you know you already got a touchdown on the board.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point makes it 7-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. We will see what this Colorado State offense can get done this time. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no...
The expressway is wide open. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you, and you're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the perimeter. Great job.
And the Rams want to move quickly. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. I know you want to prepare for every game the same way, but there's just something different about rivalry games, Jesse.
It's because, Reese, I think players are aware that games like this define your legacy as a player. Your record in rivalry games is something that people are going to talk about for years and years down the road. You have got to show up and play your best football in games like this.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
They'll try to move the chains on this 3rd and long from the 50. Looking downfield, it's Fowler Nicolosi. He's got his man. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a 1st down.
Hard work pays off, guys. These offenses work so hard week in, week out, working on those critical down and distances, 3rd downs. And having that conversion this early in the game, that's got to feel good for this offense.
The Rams have their offense in high gear. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. Got the 1st down and more.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
The big pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and 1. He's looking to throw. And he just threw that one away. Safe move, didn't see anything, lived to play another play. Went up top on 2nd down. That leaves him needing a yard here on 3rd down. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
That back had nowhere to go. The defensive line ate up the blocks, but how about the linebacker swarming in, coming in and making a great play on the ball carrier?
It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. He'll have to generate power and some accuracy. A 50-yarder from the left hash. He boomed it through. A 50-yard field goal showing off that powerful leg. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. They'll throw it from the red zone. They're bringing heat. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
And that is a huge play for the defense. Offense has it in your red zone. You're trying to knock them out of field goal range. The only way you do that is by creating negative plays, and they get the sack.
Now facing some adversity on this drive after the loss of 4. It's 2nd and 14. Now the play fake. Hit as he throws. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
We're still early in this ball game, but this QB has been hit several times already, been sacked. This is one of those games that the ice bath is going to be your friend afterwards. We're just getting started. It's still in the first quarter, for goodness sakes.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Finds his big tight end. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter. They'll try to start the second quarter by putting points on the board with a field goal. And the kicker delivers the 3 ball to finish off the drive. After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. They'll go to the ground. He locked up and held on to bring him down.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
The Buffaloes in the hurry up. To the air, it's Sanders. Gets it out fast. Oh, he left him grabbing. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
As a quarterback, I'm trying to find my matchup, get the ball to my guy so he can do something with it after the catch. When you put it on his body, he can catch it and then break a tackle and make a play happen like he did just there.
Lining up from the 34 on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Hauls it in. That's where they'll mark him down, but what a play there to pick up a first down.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line, good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
And the Buffaloes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The play action fake. Got it in the middle, it's Hunter. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
Man, this defense, they have got to get better in coverage if they want to get off the field anytime soon. You keep defending like that, this offense might hang 50 on you by the end of the game.
They've moved it to the 19, 1st and 10. Off the RPO, complete. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play.
And there you see the bind that the RPO play can put a defender in. That linebacker had to make a decision. Was the running back going to get the ball? He thought so, so he bit up, and that allowed the slant to be thrown in behind him.
And the Buffaloes have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Caught in the backfield. It's Hart. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there.
It must be nice for this quarterback knowing he's got this type of athlete playing the tight end position that can work the middle of the field for him. He's a guy who can stretch it vertically as well, but this is a guy the QB will look for early and often in this game.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Looking for a man. It's Sanders. Completes it along the sidelines, but that'll be for no gain.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
They'll come to the line just 1 yard shy of the goal line on 3rd down. Trying to pound their way in. And makes his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Colorado!
And the offense continues to run the football. The 2nd rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes. Continue to feed this man the ball.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point makes it 14-3. They marched 79 yards on the drive, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Colorado State takes over the Ram. Offense returns to the field. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. The passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field. Find those guys down the field.
And you know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
The RPO, fire complete to the left.
Well, he was licking his chops. As soon as he saw blitz, he knew some guy was trying to cover him man-to-man. Ain't gonna happen. With his skill set, he's one of the best in the country, and that is just way too easy.
And the Rams come to the line in the hurry-up. The give from the gun. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
They'll try the run. Got enough for the 1st down. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
And this offense is clicking, everything's moving, and the guy carrying the football, I mean, he is carrying the rock. Like, this is a guy he's setting this tone for this game, creating some balance on this offense. This offense is going to be a handful.
Yeah, David, I'd love to sit here and say, well, the offensive coordinator is just one step ahead of his counterpart across the field. That's not it. Right now, his offensive line is establishing the line of scrimmage, and you mentioned the back. He right now is running with authority on this drive.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
Oh, and they'll try to catch him with a pass. Makes his connection. He is delivering the blow while running the ball, and he gets it to the 39.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a rhythm.
Back to throw, it's Fowler Nicolosi. Zings it complete to the right. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down. I was starting to think about what they would do if they didn't pick up the first down here, but I guess that's a moot point now.
Moot point for sure, and the head coach was probably telling them 4-down territory, we're going to kick a field goal, whatever the next decision was going to be, and now the OC's like, don't worry about it. New set of downs, nice execution by this offense.
Going up top on first down. Throws to the wideout. It's caught downfield. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
You know, it's hard enough just to catch passes in college football, but to do it while also being cognizant of where you are in the field and making sure you get a foot down inbounds, that's really impressive.
Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Got a man. It's Horton.
You complete some of these hitch throws early, you're setting up the hitch and go. Later on, you can pump fake that, and then the receiver can pirouette right up the sideline. That might be a home run play for the offense.
Going to work in the red zone. They can pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. The give to the single back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
That DB had a different story. He had something to say, coming up, making a physical tackle.
The Rams will hustle to the line. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Working that left side now. So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
You saw the tight end on a big play there in that last 3rd down. Why not go back to him again here in the red zone? With his size and his athleticism, he is a matchup nightmare down in this area of the field.
1st and goal, and this feels like their chance to give him a finish. Use the play fake, now to throw. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. 2nd down coming.
Well, that last incompletion is a good example of why your timing has to be so good as a quarterback, because the windows, they open and they close so quickly in this part of the field.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? They move the tight end all over. They'll try to blast their way in. And will cruise into the end zone. Touchdown, Colorado State! The field position was bad. The finish was great. Great way to answer that poor field position.
Poor field position, no problem. How about it? Great job by the offense coordinator. This offense getting in a good rhythm early, even backed up, even in a predictable situation. Great job coming out.
Lining up to add another. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They're lining up to kick it off, and he ought to be able to knock this one anywhere he wants after that extra 15 yards with the roughing the kicker. Offense getting set for 1st down. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Working the middle. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
Ripped off a chunk on the opening play of this drive. Now it's first down from the 48. A new set of downs after the completion. They'll throw it on first down. And the defense gets to the quarterback. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots, you read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
A first down sack can wreck a drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Scanning the field, it's Sanders. Got his man to the left. Make the stop at the 40, but he's got 15 yards on that one and a first down. The magic bean is spinning out of control. Already over 200 yards in the first half.
Yeah, they're being aggressive offensively, throwing the football, trying to take advantage of this defense on the back end. They've got their quarterback right now in a group.
They're trying to get to it. Complete to the right. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here.
If you're going to attack and have success against man coverage, then you've got to have great timing between the quarterback and the wide receiver. Really nice rapport. You could tell these two have been spending a lot of time this offseason throwing to one another.
He wants to throw here on 2nd down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Hayden there to make the stop, but they use the back in the passing game and pick up the first down.
All right, second quarter, getting closer to the half. Offense is still having a lot of success stringing some first downs together. Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get to halftime.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. The Buffaloes have it with a 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Fires toward the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Buffs!
You know, sometimes as a play caller, you just don't have to overthink things. I've got a guy who's faster than your guys, and he's just going to run straight down the field. I'm going to throw it way down the field. He's going to make the catch, and we're going to score a touchdown, and that's pretty much what just happened there.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point is good, and they have an 11-point lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finished the deal with a 26-yard touchdown pass. They're lining up to boot it away. Returner will field it and try to get some field position. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Guys, we'll have another peek at this Rams offense. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but man, you look at the scoreboard, you're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity. Create some momentum, cut it to a 1-score game. This is an important possession.
Yeah, it's important to create that momentum now, David, too, and not wait to get it going here at the start of the 3rd quarter. You've got one drive here to get a couple of points. You've got to start erasing and chipping away at this deficit. This could be where the game turns right here.
And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
It's really hard when you get in those predictable situations. Defenses are sitting on the sticks. Receivers have to understand where that first down marker is. Heads up play, nose for the first down marker. Get in there and get it.
They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the first down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. Wants to throw. It's Fowler Nicolosi. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Rams will boot it away to start the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Wide open downfield. He's off to the races. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made.
Hey, it's important on offense in the passing game. You've got to have balance, and I mean you got to be able to attack different thirds of the field. You got to work the perimeter to both sides, but you got to let the defense know, too, that you're not afraid to go over the middle, and they did right there.
And the Buffaloes want to crank the tempo. Comes out throwing on first down. Got it behind the line. It's Hayden. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
I want to make sure I know where the playmakers are. And I can't let guys like this guy slip out of the backfield and make big plays against me. Good job being aware that they can throw the ball to the running back, closing space, and getting that fast dude on the ground.
Looking to throw on second down. Finds his man. It's Hunter. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. Line getting set on second down. He's looking to throw. Catch in the middle. It's Hunter. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
Well, offensively, they knew they were going to have some matchups they could take advantage of in this one, and all of a sudden, this quarterback has now over 300 yards passing in the game. Defensively, David, he has got them on their heels.
And he's been showing you a little bit of everything. He can throw it all over the field to all different receivers, to his tight ends, to his running backs. Really has the ability to spread it around, and now over 300 yards. Still some time left, and he can put up even bigger numbers. And, heck, go chase some awards, man. Get some postseason awards. Get an All-American. Just put up a day.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
And they'll send the field goal team back out for the second time tonight. He'll try to put up the 3 ball from 43 yards away. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. And now the lead is extended a little further. So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. We will see what this Colorado State offense can get done this time. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
He's got an open man. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
I don't know who on defense is going to cover this guy. Honestly, he could be a problem for this defense over the middle of the field in the passing game.
The Rams moving quickly to the line. grabbed behind the line. It's Brown. And that will go backwards. A negative play, and that defense on high alert that time.
Yeah, nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Touch pass on the run. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
They're going to throw it again. Gets open down the middle. How about that elusiveness? He's got space. And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Wide out in motion. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Picks up the first down, still moving. And they get him out of bounds, but not before a sizable pickup on that one.
As a defense, when you're trying to stop the run, it's really as simple as just doing your job. You have to have gap integrity up front. DBs need to come downhill and fill, and the defense wasn't able to get it done.
And the Rams have it with a 1st and 10. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go. They'll try to snap it quickly. Looking to throw, it's Fowler Nicolosi. Makes the grab on the left. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the 1st down.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
The Rams want to pick up the tempo. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. He's got it on the move. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Moving toward the end zone, and the ball is free. Oh, and he's able to get back on top of it just in the nick of time.
That is a nice break for the offense. Man, those are plays that you don't think about down the road, but those are turnovers. If they just bounce a little bit in the direction of the defense, you're so jacked up. You create momentum, juice. It could change the game. That's a great break for the offense.
The snap sets up to throw. Touchdown, Colorado State. And the comeback is on. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point is good as they close to within a touchdown, 24-17. So an 82-yard drive there, and they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Let's see what he can do with the return. He'll step out of bounds at the 16 and leave his offense with a long field in front. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake. Afterburner's coming. He's at the 20. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Buffaloes! They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Palmer.
And I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
On to attempt the try. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Looks like he's going to try to return it. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Colorado State takes over. The Ram offense returns to the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Gets it past the first down marker and still running. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
And that's all you want, right? You want that first down, understand the situation, understand I got to get north and south, get a first down, get a new set of downs.
And the Rams headed quickly to the line. They go to the ground. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
Really nice first down run, and you're seeing why this running back is an every down type back. He can run between the tackles, he can run outside, he can catch the football, he can block. This guy can do it all.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. The give. Tackled, but he has a first down.
You don't always have to run the sexy plays, right? It doesn't have to always be up-tempo and fast and spread and doing all this stuff. Sometimes you just lower your shoulder. Sometimes you just run powerfully. You get the first down, and that's all that matters.
The Rams are rolling down the field. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
He was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off coverage. But you could tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle for a loss.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Looking for a man. It's Fowler Nicolosi. Quickly to the tight end.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit and let's keep going.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
3rd and long situation, we're bringing an extra DB on the field, and we're telling our front guys to pin your ears back and go get the QB, and they get the job done.
And the Rams line up to punt it away. Fair catch is made, but there is laundry on the deck, so we might be having a do-over. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Man, oh man, those types of penalties just drive defensive coordinators crazy. Was fourth down, now first down. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
And it's just simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
The Rams racing to the line in the hurry-up. He wants to pass it on second down. He makes the connection. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down. They've done a really good job creating the matchups they want out of the slot.
Yeah, dude, get that guy matched up on a linebacker. That guy matched up on a safety. Keep him away from the corners by putting him in the slot. Get him the football. Let him make plays.
They'll break the seal on this quarter here on first down. Reads it, fires complete. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback, rally to the football, gang tackle, and you're going to win this game.
Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And you got to do a better job up front right there. That run was doomed from the get-go. Nowhere to go. The back gets hit as soon as he gets the football. Hard to succeed as a running back when you get the ball and you get clobbered.
No huddle offense to the line. On the run, it's Fowler Nicolosi. Unloads it downfield. Can't make the play on the interception, and man, they were looking for their first pick of the game. Instead, it'll be fourth down.
Well, on third and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on fourth down.
Field goal is good.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him.
And I tell you what, when you got a guy that is that good at dissecting your defense, you better get pressure. Nice job by the defense, hurrying him up, speeding up the thought process.
After that last incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from their own 20. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air, using the quick game. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. He's been so locked in, it seems like any pass called is a guaranteed chunk play.
Yeah, and winning late like this in the ball game, keep trusting and keep spinning. You know why? Because stats matter late in the game. You want some postseason awards? Keep chucking it. Keep getting those stats.
Movement here from the tight end. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Oh, he gave him the dead leg. Just a savvy, veteran, productive run from this junior.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
And the Buffaloes are in the hurry-up. To the ground, he's got it again. Nice move to pick up yardage. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice gain before the defense is able to stop him.
They've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, and there's certainly still plenty of football to go, but this is where you'd love to control the flow of the game, right? You want to dictate everything to the defense, and you do that by running the football. That was a really nice run. This offensive line is firing off late. Looks like they're getting stronger as the game goes on, and that is a good sign for the offense.
Sends it downfield. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Hey, quarterbacks got to understand, I know you got your favorites, and you're going to look out there and go, that guy's really good. I'm going to find ways to get him, but I got to take what the defense gives me, and double coverage is probably not the avenue that I want to go attack consistently.
To the ground to try to pick up the first. The Buffaloes are stopped, but not before getting it past the sticks.
Everything going the offense's way. They're trying to ice this game late. They've got a really nice lead, so you just want to run the ball, high percentage throws, and keep the chains moving, and they're doing that. This has been a beautiful drive to watch. Offense continues to stay in a nice rhythm here late.
Off the play fake on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Let's see which way they go after the incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the 39. They'll leave it with him. That'll be a gain of about 7. Leaves him with 3rd and 3.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
They've controlled the football on this drive. The 8th play will be a 3rd and 3. Off play action. Shoots it to the left. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Colorado!
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the fourth. So it's an 80-yard drive, and they cap it off with a 32-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff team lining up to send this one away. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Wants to throw on first down. Got his man on the right.
Here's the deal. You're down 3 possessions. You know, it doesn't feel likely they're going to come back and win, but we've seen crazier stuff happen in college football. It all starts with a big completion on a 2-minute drive. They'll get the momentum started in your direction.
And the Rams want to move quickly. From the shotgun, the inside give. The first down.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Wide receiver shows motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
And they got him. He'll get him down for the sack.
It's pretty obvious. This defense came into this one knowing they were going to have to play a complete game until there were zeros on the clock, especially against this quarterback. You cannot take your foot off the gas, and that's exactly what they're doing here. Late in the fourth quarter, they're still bringing it, and they get another sack.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Fowler Nicolosi. Coming after him. Tight end finds a soft spot. And he might be known for run fits, but that was a sure and heavy tackle on the tight end. They allowed the completion, but this defense was swarming to keep them away from that first down line.
Yeah, and you allow completions in those 3rd down situations underneath the sticks, and you come up and rally, and everybody flies to the football. That's great execution by this defense.
He's got him, and they convert. Well, they just drained all of the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily.
Hey, I got to be honest. I don't know if the defense was expecting that type of throw on 4th down. It looked like they were all huddled close to the line of scrimmage, looking for something in the quick game, but instead the quarterback takes a shot vertically down the field and catches the defense off guard.
Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Here comes the hurry up. On 2nd down, wants to throw it. Unloads to the wideout. Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe, and how about the ball placement? Only the receiver could get it.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Caught in the backfield, it's Brown. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
The Rams in the hurry up. Dropping back, it's Fowler Nicolosi. It's complete to the left. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds.
And I don't like the play call, guys. Screen pass at this point of the game against the defense, playing big zones, prevent, trying to keep the ball in front. It's just not going to work. You've got to take shots offensively.
They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. He'll do it himself. Only able to pick up a yard before he stopped, and now it's 4th and 3.
Well, they try to go quarterback design run on that play, but the defense just not buying it. Nice job, everybody playing downhill and making a tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And he's got it! Touchdown, Rams!
And how about the offense? They spread them out. Everybody spread wide. Easier to read a defense when you do that. They find the matchup they want, and they get rewarded with the score.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. Bangs it through for an extra point. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 12-yard touchdown pass. They still have work to do, trailing by 2 possessions here in the fourth. They'll line up for the onside kick. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
I know exactly what I have to do here. Defensively, we got to get the stop. So we're playing run. We're selling out to run because we're thinking they're going to run the football, and we got 3 timeouts. Let's use them wisely. Let's use those timeouts, save as much clock as we can so our offense has some time on the clock to do some damage when they get the football back.
Back to throw, it's Sanders. Got him downfield. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. He just keeps piling up numbers with completion after completion in this standout performance.
And I think some people might say late in the game, you got the win, everything's in hand, be a little bit conservative, or you just say, I'm just going to keep doing me. And what I do with this offense is throw the football all over the yard, and I'm going to try to win me a big trophy at the end of the year.
From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll put the tight end in motion. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
Man, that's the advantage of having a good coaching staff that teach these players in this type of situation with the lead late in the game. You want to stay in the field of play and keep the clock ticking. They do that after that nice run.
Tackled after picking up the first down. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. To have any chance in the world, this defense has to come up with a stop on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. They'll run it up the middle here, looking for a path to the end zone. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line. Goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it, right? But if it's not open, just throw this thing away. You don't want to take a sack, lose extra yardage here. Just be smart with the football.
And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Buffs! That one might have put the finishing touches on this game.
This one is over. Game, set, match. The defense had a chance to maybe kind of keep their team in it, but the offense said, take it to the locker room.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the 4th. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Guys, we'll have another peek at this Rams offense. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah, it's been an awful day. I mean, just not functioning well on offense, defense giving up a lot of points. This is a day, Palmer, they'll like to forget.
Yeah, you're going to find out a lot about their character right now. Obviously, not what they hoped this would be, and that's demoralizing for a lot of these kids that have worked really hard in practice all week. But at this point here, you're just trying to prove to your coaching staff that you're not going to quit.
He'll spike the ball to try to save every precious second he can. Now on second down. Looking to throw, it's Fowler Nicolosi. Finds a man in the middle. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
This quarterback obviously did a lot of film prep coming into this one. He has been picking this defense apart. With that last completion, guys, he's now got over 300 yards passing.
Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. And they spike it and get the clock stopped. They'll line up for a second down play. He's looking to throw. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
You know, it's one thing to take shots early in the game when the defense may not be expecting it, but at this point, fourth quarter, you're trailing by a lot. They know you're going to do it, and the defense was expecting that one. Great job in the back end.
Even if they don't convert, picking up a few would give them a decision to make on fourth down. It's third and long from the 45. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play.
Defense has been looking so good on this drive so far. They already set up third and long, and now they take all the throws away down the field. Great job in coverage. Great job reading the QB's eyes. So there's nowhere for him to go with it. He's got to throw it away.
3 straight misfires has left them staring at 4th and 10, but they'll try it again. Here's a throw downfield late. And it's incomplete, and this defense makes a 4th down stop. Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming.